welcome back to Beyond the Summit. It's a pleasure, as always, here with Lady Enchantress. Joining me today, you look so beautiful.
For the trees.
And also going to be joining us is little Gerg, a.k.a. Blaze, my friend. How you doing? Nice to get you on the couch, my friend.
Man, this is just so shit, man.
Look
I don't
at
even
us.
know. Look at you guys.
What are we doing with our life right
what
now?
Are you doing
This
with
is
your lives?
ridiculous.
This is dumb.
My mom is probably watching. You said, is your
My dad is watching.
I
as
can't.
far as I know.
I'm not going to have a home to go back to.
My
So-
parents said they would like me no matter how I turned out, so I'm putting that to the test.
Yeah. I'll have a lot to talk about at Christmas dinner, that's for sure. But we're going to be at game number 2 here. It's going to be Team Secret taking on the Evil Geniuses.
We hope.
I came on a little bit late today.
Unless for whatever reason we somehow get taken down by Twitch again. I've been instructed I have to keep my legs crossed, or
yes, I don't
we
want
may run into some problems.
I would not like to see your Enchantress hang dang, please. Just go ahead and keep that between there, all right?
Okay.
Anyways, gentlemen, look at this draft we got here. Elder Titan, Faceless Void, going to be picked up as your 1-2. No surprise to see the Elder Titan grabbed. I felt like the late game Elder Titan is essentially what helped him out in game number 1, taking down Evil Geniuses.
Oh, yes. I didn't really see game 1, so I can't actually... I'm disagreeing, but I was busy preparing to look pretty.
Nature's attendance to your outfit, I guess, for last game.
Are we going to see an Enchantress or a Coddle pick?
Absolutely not. Coddle is shit terrible, gods. We all know this. Absolutely the worst.
Enchantress is at least a little bit better than the Chen, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty shit tier.
And an Enigma and a Sven. Now, Blaze, Sven, immediately, second pick. This is a bit weird. They're going all in right off the start, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they can run it a lot of different ways, though. Fear likes his Sven. Universe has taken it to the offlane a couple times, so you get that all together with Enigma. You get some cleave damage, AoE wombo combo, and, I mean, really, they can take the game as late as they want it to. They're still prominent in the early game with their stuns, their push, but when it all comes down to it, they can do a lot of work 50, 60 minutes into the game.
Look at him. Handsome as ever, well prepared, had a nice strong breakfast. Both of the teams feeling maybe a little bit sullen after yesterday's performance. You know, both of them were taken down a peg, and, well, it is what it is. Yes, we are still looking like a disaster. We're not, like, trying to throw off the costumes as we cut to the game, and we're sticking through it all the way. That's what we're talking about right now.
Dedication.
I think they just want to drink this in a little bit more is why we're coming back to this.
Is it too early to start drinking?
Could someone please get me something to just make me feel better right now? I need liquid courage, please.
Well, it's just like that time of morning. It's like, all right, I'm dressed up like a female horse centaur wizard chick. I may as well have a beer in my hand.
Yeah, beautiful. Look at her.
Where's our butler? Where is P Flex? I don't know. Ted! Tell him I need a beer.
All right.
All
right, so not much has changed. More bands have come out. Secret actually got rid of their prized favorite Dazzle that they've been picking up a lot this tournament. Jakiro, the classic EG core / support that's been grabbed. And, well, on the other side, Evil Geniuses, they get rid of the Nature's Prophet and Vengeful Spirit. What are we thinking right now? It's feeling very vanilla. Nothing too exciting, except for the Sven right there. And IO is still available there, Blaze. Could they get the IO possibly to pair it, or did they already commit to Zai being on this Enigma?
Well, I mean, the pairing Enigma and Io there, it's very greedy. You're wanting level 6 on both heroes very early on, and there's not that much lane presence from either. So it is kind of limiting. I think they still want to kind of go with just enabling this Sven to do as much damage as possible. And surprisingly, the Ogre has not been picked up. So I think that would be the hero you want to do it with. You get more stun, you get more right click. The Bloodlust is absolutely insane on a hero like Sven. But they could also go a little bit push-oriented and get any of the supports that can enable the push a little more, because I already have a lot with the Eidolons of Warcry.
Yeah, I could see like a Witch Doctor being pretty good. Just a kind of good laning support to go with the Sven that PPD would play. And that's where Secret kind of target their bans. Take out Jakiro, take out Dazzle, kind of limit the options for PPD's hero pool right now. And those are two of the more commonly played ones for him this tournament. But his Witch Doctor's been pretty fierce.
I wouldn't even mind seeing a Witch Doctor on the other team. I mean,
Yeah.
Witch Doctor Faceless Void. Elder Titan, the Natural Order on top of that. Just the frosting on the cake. That'd be fantastic stuff. But both these teams really sweating out the clock right now. We're only down to 25 seconds here before we could see the third pick. This is serious business right now. The difference of this game is like, what, $20,000? What is happening right now?
Dota 2.
Oh, that's okay. They're showing us a crazy-ass preview right now, and the draft is like half backwards, but it is what it is. Oh, my.
Wow.
Hold on, gentlemen. That is a spicy grab. Look at this one. Woo! Lady Lena right now. I'm liking this.
I'm getting jealous over here.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're the ginger of my life.
Okay.
So what is this going to be a possible fear core, Lena?
Definitely could be. I really think that Lena thrives in the mid roll right now, just with the amount of potential damage she can put out, the early levels, maybe get an Ag Scepter up. If he'll be hating the backtracks coming out from the Faceless Void if the Laguna Blade doesn't go through. But all in all, this hero can do a lot of work. If they want it to be a support Lena, it can work as long as he stays close to the Sven. You get all the setup you need from that Stormhammer, and then you can just kind of chain it up from there. But yeah, I like the Lena overall. It's unorthodox, it's different, but I think it can bring a lot to the table. I mean, the damage output against the Void will make him regret going Mask of Madness early, because generally his transition is Mask of Madness then BKB. But if you're going to get Laguna Bladed, you don't even want to use the Mom in that situation. So you have to be very careful about positioning against that Lena, or you're going to be in a bad way. And then, of course, the Yule Scepter is so much more popular that Lena can kind of self-stun, get her own do-it-yourself setup.
So much stun already on that team. Malphus, Stormbolt, now Lena.
I could see this being a core Lena. More likely a support, I guess, but I could well see EG saying, look, let's go something different.
I believe I've
Let's
seen
go
them
with
do
the
it at
mid-
least once before.
the
I've seen
mid Lena?
the fear Lena. I've seen
Okay.
it before as a core, but in
Yeah,
mid Lena.
even like a safe lane like Lena Sven with Lena farming. Like Lena can do a lot with farm. As far as versing a Void goes, like you have Yule's, Blink, Force stuff, these kind of items to kind of around. Sven, it's like you're just trying to man fight him, which, well, against Chronosphere, not normally coming out on top, I'd say. Unless Sven really at least if he gets his Warcry off, if he has an Assault Crest, has all the extra armor, he can do okay, but still a lot of Void damage with the Mjolnir can be magic damage.
I mean, we're sitting here, we're perplexed as ever as what they're going to do. I'm sure Secret feels the same way, but here is Lady Softball right now. It's going to be Legion Commander, the third pick. All right. What's the significance, Blaze? Legion Commander, why is it something they feel like they need to go to right now?
I mean, right now it's a lot of control, right? Like, essentially, when you go for the duel, you can choose who you want to take out of the fight, because they can certainly follow the damage up. With the ET, you get the amplification, so one more damage dealer, and they're going to be golden for getting a lot of dual damage out. And you can just jump on Enigma before he's ready to actually initiate, and they don't have any counter initiation right now. Like, you can stun Legion, but once she gets that BKB out, like, she's going to be really disrupting EG's potential team fight. And also she's really good against push, which is kind of what they have a little bit of a feel for with the demonic conversions. They take that out of the question. But EG go a different route. They're going to just go for a lot of potential scalability and damage output from heroes like Sven and Razor. And it's going to be on Legion to kind of snowball a little bit with dual damage.
What the puck?
Well, the Razor probably the more intriguing. I guess EG Arteezy one of his heroes, but a good counter in a lot of ways to the Void Legion, these melee heroes, if you can get a good static link off. And I think EG realized they can enter these kind of long farm games based on last game. And even though there's no Naga this time around, there's no Terrorblade, Razor can kind of fit into that similar, let's farm towards the late game, get your Assault Crest, your Ags, your Refresher, your BKB, and just actually be a really big late game threat when you get 4 or 5 big items up. So Puck is, I don't know, Puck to me is just a pretty standard S4 mid hero, tempo controller. Look out for those S4 haste runes, and then he's going to go for those ganks when he can.
He did one time. I heard something about $1 million Dream Coil as well. I guess he's pretty good with the hero. It's not a big deal whatsoever. Yeah. I had my facial on the whole time. I wasn't trying to cheat. Oh. All right. But, you know, I'm loving the burst potential right there. And, of course, EG, they get a hold of classic Razor, which they have notorious heavy usage with in TI4, so a well-versed hero. It's very vanilla right now. Do we really need to be looking this much at us right now? Can I please just see the game? I know I look terrible.
I mean, Bruno basically said, man, you got to own up to this. I'm embracing it now.
This is your fault?
Yeah.
This is all you, buddy.
Year of the making.
And Gerg over here, freaking Blaze, just hanging out. But now we're looking at the last and final grabs after banning out the AA on the side of Evil Geniuses. In secret, they had gotten rid of that Witch Doctor that was said so much before. What is going to bring this home here for Evil Geniuses? I'm anticipating Centaur Warrunner.
Yeah, I'm really surprised the Skywrath
as
hasn't been bound out yet, though. The Skywrath Mage seems really good with the potential Void Legion setup. And yeah, I'm not seeing it banned out, so I mean, that seems like that would be the follow-through they're looking for. ET Skywrath isn't bad. The Conch Shot should be able to set up a stomp here and there, and yeah, they really lack damage. Like, the Puck is a controller, the Elder Titan is an amplifier, and they need the follow-through. So the damage output from Skywrath is, I think, what they're looking for here.
I mean, it's so funny just to see a Faceless Void picked up so early and a Skywrath Mage not there shortly after.
Exactly.
I mean, had this been the qualifier, it would have been like a no-brainer, something we would have called out every time, but they're not going to go with that. It's Mirana. Lady Mirana, I'm a lady.
Yeah, I think they're going to be pretty hard-pressed to get kills here. I mean, obviously they have tons of disable. They have chronospheres, they have arrows, dream coils, duels. They have a lot of ways to lock somebody in position, force them into inaction. But when it comes down to it, they need to net the kills to be able to snowball the puck and move the Legion Commander into the mid-game. So I honestly think that EG might be able to manage that, though I am quite surprised that they picked the Centaur into the puck. The Stampede, not great against Dream Coil, and as we've mentioned, S4 is extremely on point when it comes to using his ultimate.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And Puppy getting his Marana, which he once loved many a time. Just expect him to be constantly on the move, having that pressure, making life difficult for Arteezy's Razor. How you feeling right now, Gods, besides the fact of embarrassment? How do you feel about this draft?
I'm not even embarrassed. I feel great.
Yeah, you're just owning up to it?
Yeah. I've had my tea. Haven't got my beer yet. I don't know what Ted's up to, but...
How much liquor was in that tea to get you to do this?
No comment.
It is what it is. And
Next
they make
question.
things worse. They make things even worse. Delicious smells of American chicken or something is just wafting through the air.
Day? Is that Chick-fil-A?
Oh, we're missing out on fresh, delicious, greasy food. That would make me feel better. Look at my high waters right there. Great. Oh, take it all in. Drink it in. I'm gonna be sick. Blaze, Jesus Christ. Ugh.
Ben Wu was like, I can't cast with you. I will just be too distracted. It won't work. It's not happening.
Yeah, my depth perception's blocked by my wig, so thank goodness. Here we go. So the game has started right now already. The board going to be placed there at the top. It's Universe going to be playing the Sven, mind you. We were questioning how it's going to work out, and it is going to be PPD. It is going to be a support. Lena, a couple of audible plays, I'd imagine, right there. But, of course, Zai playing his classic Enigma. And I guess to round out Evil Geniuses while we're talking about it, Fear is going to be playing a core Centaur, which has been done a couple of times. I know a big, significant performance father. Black loves to play Centaur as a core, and it can be so dominant if you get that early farm.
I like it better in this game as a core than the Sven in some ways, because I think they're going to be much more aligned on just the constant gank train, which they're looking with. When you've got burst damage of a Lena, you've got a Razor who can get some early fights as well. Like, you want to just kind of go on that gank train, which a Blink Sven can do, but Sven doesn't have the same burst damage of a Centaur, so...
Wow, that's
Nice
a great attempt. It's kind of like fishing for a kill here. Like, I don't think that they're actually going to be able to get much with those early LSAs without the Sven involved, or at least the Enigma. And they're going to get invaded pretty hard.
This is a dire side Mirana. Definitely not as good on the dire side as you are on the Radiant. It's a lot harder to get those arrows towards mid lane from dire.
That Lena set. Can we just take a moment right now? It's like Mary Poppins right there. The lady, the Lena set, that was ridiculous. I've never seen a hat like that.
Is it the Chinese New Year one, I think? Was it the Chinese
no,
one?
It looked like she had a little like top hat thing. I mean, I wish the obs could hear me and we could look at it, but it is what it is. But more importantly, Puppy getting caught out
that's
with
the
look at that thing.
The Chinese New Year one, the bright moon.
That's ridiculous.
It's pretty cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
Festive.
And the thing is, Puppy can't really fight the lane. Puppy wants to get into the Radiant jungle because it's a lot easier to arrow mid lane over the trees from the Radiant jungle, but Lena can keep Puppy out of there because it's a level 1 Mirana. You don't have leap, you have arrow. You can't actually escape or fight Lena. Lena also has high base movement speed, so Puppy's going to find it tricky to get kills on mid because you can only throw arrows from above, and then you don't have the tree line to hide your arrows. It's all about using the trees to hide your arrows, which at this point you can't really do. He's going to have to go on a big kind of loop-de-loop walk around to get any kind of good line for arrows.
I'm a little worried about Universe here. The last time we saw him just solo the off lane, he got absolutely destroyed, trading hits with a Bane constantly.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't have as hard of a support to deal with, but the fact is his first ward that he dropped down did get...
Puppy's got the line now. He can actually fire arrow over the trees.
Oh, what a behind-the-back play. Man, beautiful setup right there, and Arteezy's in trouble. That's what we were expecting out of the draft. Just make Arteezy's life a living hell, and they are so far.
I don't know why. I think Arteezy's positioning there isn't good. He should know that Mirana's not in his own jungle. The only place Mirana can go is exactly where Mirana was. Like, loop through the secret shop to get there. He should not be hugging those trees. He needs to position himself away from those kind of trees on the above his tower. So I think that was actually bad positioning from Arteezy. Sure, it's a small thing, but it's a thing you have to kind of be aware of is where Mirana can throw that arrow from, and it wasn't coming from the south side. So you hug the trees on the south because Mirana's not arrowing from there.
Oh, they actually might be able to stomp here. They have the haste rate, and Arteezy is so far forward. The stomp is going to come through. No way to avoid it, and the arrow will follow up. Beautiful play from Puppy and No Tail, and they're going to bring down Arteezy again. These kills are so huge. The Razor, he wants up. He wants to get more farm to be able to survive throughout the team fights, and right now it's the supports that are getting the gold away from him. So they get the cash. They're going to be able to actually put out a large amount of damage in these next 10 minutes, and Razor is going to be sitting on just basic bracers, Aquila type items for a very long time.
Yeah.
Beautiful execution. If you had to YouTube how to properly make a gank happen and had that as a YouTube clip, it'd be just perfect.
The haste rune certainly helps, though.
The Imba haste runes. Everyone wants haste runes nerfed here. That's all I keep hearing is nerf haste runes. But we'll see what the plan's going to be here. Big Daddy No Tail going to miss this one. And Puppy's once again lingering around this pesky secret shop area. He was in range for an arrow top, but didn't actually hit the stomp first.
He knows every little nook and cranny in these trees, just where those perfect arrows can fly on through that you'll never see coming.
Yeah, and I think he's probably thinking like Arteezy's going to be expecting it at mid lane.
A little cranny
Let's go
right
top.
there.
Yeah. Like you see it coming, it is daytime, but Universe may not be ready for it. He may be thinking, okay, they're focusing Arteezy, they're going to keep doing that.
Yeah, and also your camera position. You're often looking at where the ET might be coming from. You're looking at, of course, the Faceless Void.
All right, Puppy once again going for this is the really good line. This one's hard to see.
Yeah.
S4 needs to push the lane out for it to work well,
Lines
but
up the shot. Can we see it happening right now? Puppy digging deep.
the lane's too pushed out. The problem is it's going to be you kind of see too much vision of it coming through. So maybe waits for nighttime.
We're
maybe
ready
waits
for
it to
though.
push out. Yeah, I mean this is. I
Look
mean,
at the sky cam right here, just to make sure.
Rana's the one. Ooh, this could actually be the arrow setup. S4 running to the rune. Doesn't
Then
have
he's
any
got
damage.
no damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if the arrow was 5 seconds, it
The
wouldn't
nukes
let it
aren't-
go.
Oh,
They
they're
still
gonna-
win for it, but it does catch. Wow, that hitbox right there catches him on the backhand side. Follow through from Big Tail. Extra bit of lockdown, and look at that. A little bit of that showcase picture-on-picture action as we get to see the death once more. The third time this game of Arteezy. Oh,
Too feedy for Arteezy.
Arteezy. This is for a player like him to shake this one off. That's going to take a lot.
Yeah.
He's on tilt. I think it's safe to
Oh
say.
man, this is a really important game though. He's got to be able to shake that one.
And you figure that Lina might be a little bit more involved. I mean, being able to kind of go for the counter ganks, at least drop an LSA when they're clumping on top of them. Is a lot of potential avoidable deaths here, not just because of Arteezy's positioning, but because of the passivity of the supports. Just focusing on the high attack range Lina to zone him out, and looks like we have a fight on our hands.
Yeah,
Yep.
Arteezy got hit, but not going to be any follow-up, so... Alright, things will settle down, but Zai's Enigma jungling pretty well, should have a decent time on his level 6. It's about to hit now at 5 minutes in, which is kind of your standard time for level 6. And he's going to be rushing the mech. Zai's Enigma needs to get a lot done, because he's the one who's been given that free farm jungle lane while Arteezy gets pressured.
Yeah, and you know, hopefully when Fear throws together, gets a hold of a little more mobility, and they start going on the front. They're thinking about right now. Trying to
They
slow
gotta
him
hit the
down.
LSA.
Fear, can he
There
catch
you
on up?
go.
Yep, got it. Stun one, stun
Be
two.
close. I don't know if
A
they
little
can.
bit of burst arrow. Oh, the back step. The heal.
Ooh.
Some weirdo back there said the Centaur set was terrible.
What is this?
Oh, mid.
Fear needs to reconsider his life decisions when he chose this set.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, gosh. Oh, he actually... Oh, he goes down again. Catches on both. Very nice
Puppy,
grab.
though.
Yeah. Oh,
Is
he's not
Leap's
going
on
to get away.
cooldown? Oh, he's got it now.
Oh.
Maleficus
Oh.
is not going to bring him down.
Oh, man. Oh, man. But Arteezy again. This is so rough right now.
Yeah.
Mid lane is a war zone right now, especially for Secret's favor.
Yeah, it's nice that they got the puck, but because Arteezy doesn't get a single chunk of that gold or experience, it's really brutal for him. He has just got the least amount of momentum, and honestly, Razor is one of those heroes that I wouldn't call him Snowball, but if he's doing this poorly, like, it's just going to go from bad to worse. He is not going to be able to participate in the fights in the mid game. He's going to be giving away dual damage, and it's just going to go worse from there.
Yeah, he's just going to go like cheap tanky items. Get your treads, start farming up, like get your Ogre Club ASAP. Like there's no let's go play super aggressive. It's going to come down to the Enigma as well as the Sven. Sorry, not the Sven, the Centaur. He's the one here we haven't really seen or talked about too much, but Centaur, when he gets that kind of 10-minute-ish blink timing, has to make some plays happen and try and punish Secret's kind of slightly greedier lineup.
Ooh, nice little deny right there. Arteezy taking that 50 gold back.
Yeah,
Now
like
he's soaked
a
up lots
farmed
of
Razor
damage.
could kill and punish Big Daddy No Tail right there. That would be so easy for him to do.
Yeah.
At least force an Echo Stomp as well as taking half his HP. But Arteezy is just so far behind, and it's nighttime against a Mirana. You just don't get to manage. I'm actually curious what the supports levels are right now, because as we see, the Enigma's getting farmed up very well in the jungle. Almost has the mechanism up, but we do see this move on Simba.
Yeah. Should be a fairly straightforward kill. No TPs, and Simba's got high HP. He's actually taking a long time to be brought down, and well, apparently we need to see these kills in 2 different angles. This is like some full ESPN shit going on here.
I know, right? I mean, give me the sports bar right now.
Yeah.
Tell me how the last game went with the highlights already, the top 10. Just might as well take it to that level while we're at it. Here we go, though. Puppy, who had yet to even know what it's like to kill a creep,
Yep.
is, you know,
Look,
more ambitious about moving
he
around the
farms
map.
heroes. Let's be
but
real
that's
here.
what's of course. But that's what's matter. You know, he's adding the pressure all over and just causing a headache in each lane. Like, where's that puppy gonna be?
The
and you know where he's gonna be.
The arrow.
Yeah,
Oh.
it is. Woo! I
need-
can
we
feel
need-
it coming. Nope,
we
it's
needed
not
the
even
other.
coming.
Oh, the arrow's a creep.
Oh, whoop! Valiant creep body
Turn
blocks
around
that
now.
one.
Oh dear. No black hole, unfortunately, but Kuro gonna get brought down low. Time Walk will be up in time. They won't get any counter kills, which is unfortunate. I thought that was gonna be at least something going EG's way. It's still okay because they don't lose anyone and Krona gets used.
Just a little bit awkward.
It looked like that was the opportunity to get a counter kill. Like
Yeah.
even though the net result is EG force out a Chronosphere, don't lose anyone, which on paper sounds good. It was just such a good opportunity to get that TP in and kill.
I imagine at some point this Legion Commander needs to throw together that Blink Dagger for herself, and then we could see her go a little bit more aggressive outside of this lane and try to bring in that dual damage, because that would significantly help in the late game, having that extra bit of, you know, bonus muscle power, the testosterone levels in this lady.
So I'm trying to think of what the Lina has accomplished in this game here. Obviously, the long-range auto attacks, you can put a little more pressure on the Legion, but Legion's still got level 6, decent bit of farm here at 28 CS, and I mean that's going to enable him to still be very active with a hero or two behind him. The arrow, the Astral Spirit, those will follow through, and he's going to be able to get a couple duels within the next few minutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, Lena, it's like it could have been another support hero, let's say, but like what other support hero could have done more? Either way, you're a solo support with a jungle enigma. You're not going to be able to apply a lot of pressure. Maybe a defensive support like an Earthshaker or an Ogre who can sit behind, protect Arteezy mid. But Lena can kind of do that as well. Just you're not quite as tanky. You don't have the same ability to contest runes.
Immediate Vanguard
duel?
picked up here, but there's a duel breaking out, which I can see an arrow. It's going to land right there.
Too
Fear.
far too
He's got Vanguard.
That Vanguard, I was just about
Oh
to
my
question,
God.
is actually awesome right here, as
Yeah.
he's able to just walk away like the beefcake he is.
Well, good thing Merlini's not here to cast this game. He would be pulling
Eating
out
his
his
words.
hairs with these
Yeah.
This Vanguard, but hey, it
This
works
is so funny.
there.
I was about to be like, you know, instead of going for your,
Yeah.
you know, head rush towards a Blink Dagger, and, well, we see it right there. Had he had a Blink Dagger, that would have been a very different story, but he's able to walk away from that one, and EG would have been struggling a bit at the start here. Still continue to walk away. That bird going to block that one, but Zai gets caught with that coil and blown the hell up.
I
From 4.
guess his mech was on Courier maybe, or maybe he just hadn't quite finished it. Yeah, it was at base still, so he didn't. I was like, okay, maybe he's gonna mech up and be fine here, but not the case.
Yeah, but once he gets that, it's going to be a good turning point for EG. We talked about it in the draft, but Secret don't really have that much damage. They have good amplification, they have good setup and control, but as far as actually getting the kills, they're relying on Kuro to get a ton of farm. So when that mech comes out, maybe the Vanguard turns into a Crimson, they're going to be giving themselves the survivability they need to make it so that Secret keep a sub-10 kill count for the next 15 minutes.
All right. Well, we'll see. I feel like EG's at the same time, like they've got the damage there, but they haven't got the good initiation. They haven't got the Centaur Blink. They haven't got Lena, who's level 6.
Okay, good. Yeah.
He's
He's kind of
great,
ringing
probably
around
fine.
right there.
And also Arteezy not farmed. So I mean, EG's lineup in theory should have more damage at this stage of the game. They're kind of struggling in the laning stage. Secret's definitely won the lanes. Now we'll have to see if they can kind of go on to win the mid game as well.
Universe is only level 5 now, just hit it, so he's going to be looking, phase shift dodge
Oh.
on the Stormhammer. That's a lot of
Wow.
mana wasted. Of course.
Thanks, LD.
And quick cameo.
Oh man, but yeah, that's a bit morally defeating, and now you have to take the long walk of shame back to base.
Yeah.
Puck's
Gonna rely
got
on
Blink.
Ancient
So.
stacks a ton to actually get back in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Even Centaur can farm Ancients, or like at least neutral sacks pretty well with Vanguard and Return. Even just a single point is not bad. But Fear's going to go
boy.
off
Inferno
lane.
arrow. Will they get it
How
this
good's your
time?
Vanguard
Yeah.
now, boy? Arrow's gonna connect. Yeah, he's done. Man, oh man.
Yep.
No pesky creeps this time.
Well, for EG, like Centaur goes top. He's like, I'm tanky. I'll take over this, create some space in the safe lane for other cores to farm, and doesn't really make much of it. So we'll see them kind of look to trade their tier 1 towers, which often happens around this kind of 15-minute stage of the game. But Secret have a pretty good defense just with Legion Commander bottom. He can stall so well with overwhelming odds. That just takes out the Eidolon so fast.
TC finds a DD. Certainly would help in a skirmish if they can have one right here. And they're looking for something top. It looks like Stampede is going to want to lead out the charge. They're going to get a hold of at least the Elder Titan and burst down Big Daddy immediately. They want more. That's not enough to satisfy their thirst. And they're rushing for Kuroki, but Kuroki's already gone.
Puck has the Blink Dagger here, so he can do a little bit of counter pushing without much risk. Obviously, Fear popping the Stampede already, there's not going to be too much initiation against him. So while you were talking about Legion down bottom, Puck's going to be able to clear out the waves decently enough as well, and it's going to be a slow push if it's going to be one at all. Actually, TP coming in from Big Daddy No Tail.
Here it is. Are they going to already go for a fight of their own, shoving him back quite a bit? But
They should
Morpheus
back
kind of
off.
scouting him out,
Yeah.
and that's enough to
No
force
Enigma
EG to
here.
pull
They
away.
do not want to fight without Enigma.
Yeah.
And Razor at the secret shop. Arteezy. Gotta be careful, man. You're up there alone.
And meanwhile, LC just gets the free farm down bottom, so that's
Yeah.
going to be nice for him. Kuro will try to counter push out this wave. Doesn't have any like Maelstrom or anything like that, just the Mom for now, so it's not going to be an easy hold for him solo, but they'll get some rotations, and they should be able to keep their tier 1s alive for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Already, decent amount of farm on Kuro, though. He's top of the net worth. Mask of Madness treads. And some chunk of change to spare for his next item.
Do
Probably
you
see
think
the
he's-
Maelstrom.
Yeah, Maelstrom,
Yeah.
or do you think he's going to go right for it? At some point,
Yeah.
he stops off for a BKB this game?
Yeah, I think Maelstrom, BKB, Mjolnir. Maybe even goes Mjolnir before the BKB, but definitely the Maelstrom, and then you go into your defensive items. And
Uh-oh. Blink Coil catches. Universe, big trouble. Earth Splitter flies on out. He does sidestep that one, and he's just trying to hold it up for now because rotations
Mech,
have come. Zai's there, but
All right.
there's going to be no setup for any sort of glorious black hole.
no, mid lane meanwhile.
Oh.
Chronosphere on Artur. Artur
And,
Bababevsky
yeah,
goes down.
Puppy brilliant KS with that arrow.
Yeah.
Nice timed.
Gives him some farm too. Obviously, they want more coming out for the Mirana this game than just like a 4-staff of 40 minutes. So he's going to be able to move up in the world a little bit here. Still, oh, he's got 3 last hits, so choosing some squirrels as well as some bucks as far as his prey here. But when it comes down to it, I'm really looking for the Legion Commander to disable the Enigma in the team fights. Now that he has the mech, the black hole, he is their target priority. If they take him out, they take easily a full tower on the back of that and just continue to build momentum while the Razor is down.
Yep. Well, EG not really getting much done this game. We'll see again. S4 just keep blinking on Universe. It's not even about getting the kill, as you can see. He doesn't commit. He just nukes him out of the lane, zones him out essentially, and says, well, look, even if I use all my spells, I've got a bottle, I've got all this sustain, you don't. And if you leave
Yeah.
this lane, we take your tower.
Yeah, and you're forcing him to spend the 100 gold of his TP back to the base, the long time away from the lane, the potential farm. You know, it's not that far off from just killing him, but here we go. Pressure continues to mount here. It is actually going to connect. The sleep
the
arrow
stop.
timing right there, and they do end up taking him down. We just didn't want to show your eyes, unfortunately.
Oh,
Wow!
Where's the backup? He's
Oh.
got none. TPs, please, anyone.
They're just not there, not the ready and available because they're getting caught up in the mid lane as well.
All right, they got Legion.
Right, so 2 for 2, I guess, when it's all said and done is not
Yeah.
too shabby.
No.
That was just hard. That was all over the place. Where was the picture on picture
Yeah.
on that one, guys?
We got-
Top lane and mid lane. We had full action.
We got
It
the
was just-
picture-in-picture, like 2 camera angles on like one play, and then when 2 plays are going at once, no picture-in-picture. This,
We want to make sure that we get the main screen
Yeah.
and also some cosmetic play over here in the corner.
yeah.
They're clearly the first time picking it up, and they're working out the.
we literally just plugged in a cable this spot. We're like, hey, let's do this.
Let's give it a shot.
No one
Clearly
knows
we
what's
didn't have
going
a warm up.
A lot of theory crafting about it, but implementation still needs
Execution needs a little
All right,
bit of work.
warm-up game, boys.
It is
for,
what it is.
for the observers as well as
It's
EG,
too
it
late to
feels
call it
like.
a warm up game though for EG. This is
Yeah.
game 2, and they're still not looking that good right now. 5-9, and very salty. There's salt coming
The
from our
salt is
production
real,
crew right
yeah.
now. Oh, great, brilliant.
Of course.
Thank you, thank you. Let's gurg it out while we go ahead and
Yeah.
watch this one here.
All right.
So the
Just a
Centaur still
reminder.
doesn't have the blink right now. Like Fear was not able to stop Legion from last hitting the tier 1 tower because he didn't have a blink dagger. And it's obviously even after Legion kill, he's still a little ways off. So Vanguard is great, as we mentioned, for surviving through this. The damage block does persist through Chrono since the nerf in 6.82, but end of the day, it still needs mobility more than just the Stampede, because we've seen Chrono and Dreamcoil do wonders against that ability, and it actually might be a death of Zion Meg.
Oh,
He's
he's-
very far forward and walking right
He's
into
in no
forward.
man's
He
land.
just went down 2.
Where the
Oh, this
jewel
is
at?
rough. Arrow. He is able to avoid that one in the Stampede.
Oh my god. Could a Chrono... I think he thought maybe there'd be a jewel coming in, or... I think he was hoping for a bash. Any of those 2 right clicks of his bashes, then you get in range for a jewel, so... Bit unlucky, but at the same time, if Secret won that kill, all they had to do was Chrono.
Yeah, maybe they didn't quite know that EG were close by or not. If Arteezy
No.
shows us how the Chrono gets a nice link off right there, soaks up some sweet early
It's
damage.
still like you kill the Enigma, you're gonna be fine. Like, you can
Yeah.
get out. Enigma's their mech carrier. Everyone else has almost no farm. You can kill him with a Chrono, you back off. There's no risk there, I'd say. Maybe with the Centaur Stampede, you lose one squishy hero like an Elder Titan or Mirana who doesn't have good escape. But yeah, it's okay. They play it safe. They back off.
Yeah. He's feeling a bit prudy with his Chrono Fear for now. It's okay.
He's farming well. There we go. Centaur Blink, though. So, Fear.
So, Gods, you play a lot of Enigma while trying to avoid BKB for an extended period of time. That just seems to be your general build. Now we're seeing Zai go for it in this game, up against all these abilities that go right through it. How do you feel about that?
I think in like competitive games, it's very needed. Like the way when I play it a ton, it's always like split push Rat Dota, avoid team fights, get solo black holes. But I think in like more organized games, BKB is pretty core on him.
Pro games.
Yeah, basically pro games.
Not your noob games.
I play shitty 5K MMR pub games. So
yeah.
That's not real Dota.
Puppy does get caught out, and they take down the little flimsy Mirana. Though she's built up a lot of kills in the early game, she's still very, very weak, and is very susceptible to being caught out and bursted down very fast.
Yeah. So
scores 6-9.
Yep.
Giggity.
Yeah. So there's a lot to kill Zai. You've got Dual Chrono, of course. But there's so much that also will cancel a black hole and kill Zai that's not going through Chrono. So if you force a Chronosphere or Duel and you die, I mean, you want to be ideally avoiding it, but from Zai's point of view, he just doesn't want to be able to get solo killed.
He won't be prudy this time, guys.
Yeah.
He's got down the big ball right there. Moonlight Shadow is just going to be helping him on the quick hit and run escape as Arteezy trying to go on the hunt. They even pulled the Stampede for this one, though.
There we go. No backtrack. Probably just has level 1 backtrack, so it wasn't getting any good RNG out of that one.
Oh, jump in. Redemption.
Max, actually.
Very nice coming out.
Max backtrack. Oh, wow.
Oh, nice duel right there to finish off Old Man Fear, and he's going to bring in that little bit of bonus. Was that the first duel victory of the game?
First victory, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. So he gets that bonus damage right there. Very nice. And now...
overwhelmed.
Oh, man, they're just sweeping on through him.
That's what you take out just one EG here with that Chronosphere. You've got a farm advantage. You can win the ensuing fight even without your Chronosphere for the rest of the EG lineup. Lena's not doing too much. Centaur was really the big kind of tanky problem, but he made quick mince meat in that fight.
Yeah, and I mean, Universe isn't going to be able to follow it up with any damage anytime soon. He's going to have a Mask of Madness eventually, but still Warcry level 1 as he's going for that cleave build to get his farm back up. It's going to be hard for him to actually confidently initiate in fights, to jump in with the Mask of Madness active and not assume he's going to die 2 seconds later.
Oh, wow. Midnight Pulse right in a hole. Zai, he's still by himself, though, and...
I don't know.
The communication seems to be...
Arrow, no arrow, that was either way a questionable black hole. There was no follow-up.
It's very ambitious, but the follow-through wasn't quite as close as they were hoping.
They want to make something of it, but the haste rune on S4 might elude them.
There's no fighting into the S4 haste rune. Arrow going to go flying through, it sounded like. Actually, arrow to Roche.
All right.
They don't have Chronosphere up just yet here. 10 seconds to go,
but
they know they're not going to invade in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have the ward there. They also de-warded.
This is Roche 2 times
so.
over. The Rocheception happening right here before your eyes. And bottom lane. EG, who have no idea this is happening right now, already on a built of the tilted path, I guess you could say. They're going to see this Roche death pop up, and it's going to be hard. Yeah.
Okay. Void
and where do you go from here? I mean, you're up against an Aegis Void. They've got all their ultis up. They have the severe farm advantage. And the only core that's gotten any relevant farm is this Centaur. And it's just, unfortunately, a hero that after you get the Blink Dagger, doesn't go for much else.
You got to do some just pick and run plays, I think, over and over again. Rinse, repeat, smoke gank, find a pick off on a core hero like a Void, or, well, the Void's got Aegis, so it's the Puck or the Legion, and then get the hell out of there, because if there's a team fight, you lose it. So I think all EG can do is try find pick-offs hero there, and try and stall any pushes, but not actually engage into team fights.
S4 picks up his bursty Dagon. I believe it was said in a previous game that he doesn't typically like to go down the cookie cutter road of getting a Yule Scepter, and he's adding his own bit of spicy flavor on top of it with that Dagon. What do you think, guys? Like in the burst in this kind of a game? Okay.
Yeah, you don't need if you don't need a Yules defensively, it's great, and I don't think he does. There's no silence really. There's nothing too worrisome that forces out the Yules.
Yeah, and we're going to see Yules come out onto Fear, and he is just absolutely wrecked. Dual damage coming out. A winner.
Everyone came out of the woodwork for that one.
Yeah. It's such an early Dagon, too. This Puck is just massive.
Yeah, and this is what they were lacking. They just needed a little bit of extra oomph, and with the Dagon there, they can guarantee duels, they can push off of picks, and they feel really good about the next bit of movements. They've got the Blade Mail up now in the Legion, so more potential damage in the right situation.
Yeah.
And, Oh, Zai,
Zai's
very
just
far forward. They're just
no
too
man's
mobile.
land.
He doesn't see them
I-
coming until it's too late.
And this kind of just looks like EG on tilt. They're just not thinking. They're not playing with their heads, and well, that's.
Yeah, and I
this
was
is definitely
questioning
not-
how much we'd be able to bounce back. The 3-4 takedowns RTZ suffered in
Yeah.
the mid lane just was. It was rough. It was like a punch to the
That's
face
like
to start things off. Now
2/3
PPD
of
gets
its
caught
health.
out.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is
man.
absurd with the natural order.
Yeah,
There it
they
is.
know.
Yeah.
They've had enough. And you know what? They probably did us a favor with this one thing. It
Yeah.
ended so quick.
Well, we could
Oh.
have seen a bit. It could have quickly turned into a bloodbath with a Dagon Park. I
it
was looking forward to
It
it.
was very apparent
How
that
many
this was
kills could
going down
S4 get?
a road with a dead end to it. So
Yeah.
it's better to just kind of focus, put your head into the next game, see how you can bounce back. But it's going to be match point right now for Team Secret. Wow.
Yeah, Secret take a quick 2-0. Game 1 I thought was obviously much closer than this one, and I think EG kind of came out looking to play, and then this game around they just looked a bit demoralized, and they didn't really have any clear game plan with their draft, with their movement around, and yeah, no good. EG, they may have taken down them Secret at the Starlight LAN finals, but here, not looking too solid.
Yeah, the Universe offlane Sven already kind of feels a little bit unstable as far as the draft goes. I'm sure it can work, but in this situation, just we didn't see much from it. And the fact that so much pressure was put out on Arteezy, all those great arrows early on for the mid lane, that was what really cinched them the win, because they were able to build up so much momentum and not have to deal with a like half an Aghanim Scepter on the hero in no time at all.
Yeah, no.
Look at the struggle.
I saw our cameraman just over here setting up like while they were showing the player rooms and gave him a quick glare. And
And in case you forgot, this is, you wanted to lose your lunch, take it in. I'm not letting any better right now. Gentlemen, we should probably wrap this up so we get the hell out of this.
yeah, we'll find some better looking casters to take over for game 3.
Yeah, we'll get you some eye bleach. Coming up soon, the next match, we are going to have game number 3 now between Secret and EG. Secret up 2-0. The boys in blue, they got to bounce back. They look like they're feeling a little bit down, so hopefully they can come back strong. But that game coming up shortly. See you soon.